Yo, what is up, guys? It is Ripper, and here with the new video for you guys today. Today we got a little sit down topic. You know, you can task. Essentially, you could just tab this video if you want, listen to me. But I want to talk to you guys about, well, something that I have been feeling, something that has kind of affected me recently, something that I know has been affecting the gaming community a lot, and that is essentially the change. Well, let's be real, guys. You know, the gaming community has really changed, and a lot of people are saying, oh, nowadays there's no good games to play, and you know, there's argument of there's no good games to, okay, now we're finding new games. And kind of want to talk to you guys about that, because the truth of the matter is this: the gaming community is drastically different. The gaming community is essentially evolved, right? So what I grew up on was, you know, coming home from school, playing Xbox 360 when I come home, you know, when Xbox 360 was essentially literally the king of all things. I mean, it outbeat PlayStation, outbeat PC. Like, this is before PC gaming was top tier, right? So I came home, popped on Xbox, hopped in the fucking party with the squad, you know, all that fun stuff that really, you know, you come home and say now, and number one, unless they were around that time, if you say that to a random person, they're going to be like, what? Or they're going to be like, well, that just doesn't sound normal, you know, whatever, right? So it's like, well, we're used to what a lot of people are, I should say. We're not going to be able to give that experience to anybody a lot nowadays. And so I kind of want to talk to you about essentially, well, number one, why is it changing? And number two, is the change good or bad? And how do you, as a gamer who is trying to find something to play, or something essentially trying to find people to play with, you know, how do you survive in the game community when everything is quote unquote boring, right? So to start off with, the number one, well, why is it happening? Let's just be real. A lot of games nowadays have came out, and not I want to make this clear, not the new ones that are like just about to come out, but like the ones that have already came out. You know, a lot of new games that have came out already that were new at the time weren't as good as people, you know, well, thought they were going to be. At least so we thought, which I'll get into a little bit later. But we all kind of went back to our games that we loved and said, okay, let's play this, and one or two things happened. Number one, the population of the game went down. Well, not surprised. I mean, in old game, population goes down. I get it. Number two, hackers. Now, before anyone says, oh, Ripper, you've already talked about wars and hackers. No, this isn't about Warzone. Just want to make that clear. But this is simply about, well, the truth of the matter. A lot of games just aren't as, well, good anymore. And the truth of it is that we look back at old games, and let's be real, you know, if a game's now old, really, hackers kind of took it over majority of the time. And let's be real, like, the company's not going to go and fix that. Like, it's an old game, right? So it's like, you go back to like a game like BO2, right? Well, guess what? You know, ain't nobody going to fucking care about fixing that. It's BO2, right? Same thing, vice versa. Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, like, no one cares about that. So it's like, doesn't matter. We have to deal with it. But with that happening, you know, we've got a new cause, we got a new games, right? And so what we have to do as a community is understand that times change, right? And I know this is kind of like a moment probably where a lot of people say, oh, well, yeah, of course time changed, but, you know, gaming could hopefully still be the same, or gaming could hopefully not have changed this much. But the truth of the matter is that it kind of had to. Well, at the end of the day, we as a community also have to accept it. We are trying to find places now in different communities by exploring. And I hate to say it, but in order to find that passion again, you have to explore games. And I kind of want to give you my story a little bit of how I found my passion back for gaming. Because I was playing Call of Duty so much, only Call of Duty, that's it, right? And so everything was going good, was having fun, and the next thing you know, everyone started leaving. Hackers took it over. Hackers ruined everything. They stopped updating the game. Like, everyone started leaving. So I had to question myself. Do I want to continue to force myself to play a game that I don't want to play anymore? Well, I didn't. I found another game. I switched games. I tried different games. I found Apex. I think Apex is fun. And no, I did not switch, by the way, to Apex. For anyone says I did not switch because, oh, Timmy joined, or my boy Nicky Merck joined. No, like, I literally joined because I just wanted to try it again. So my advice for you all out there who are struggling to find games you enjoy, go outside your realm. Shoot, try, if you're an FPS player, try a different game that's non-FPS. And yeah, you may hate it. You may dislike it. But guess what? You tried it. You can now say you have a reason to dislike the game. But you'd be surprised. You may find a game that you end up loving, right? I started off on MMORPG games years ago, right? Even before Call of Duty. And I said, screw it. I want to try the New World beta, right? And I tried the New World beta. A game, I haven't played an MMORPG in years. Went back to it, fell in love with it. So you have to expand that variety. And you have to be able to explore and give something else a chance in order for it to grow. But then this brings another question that we need to talk about. Well, once you find a new game, well then how do you convert essentially from your old community to your new community, and how do you try to fit in? What I recommend to people all the time is when you're trying to expand your variety of games, find other players or friends that maybe who've played, who you could say who have played them, and that you want advice from, I guess you could say, and have them help you, have them not carry you. I want to make that clear, but just give you advice and tips, right, to help you get better. At the same time, do your own research. Go on YouTube, look up things to do, because it's crazy to think that the internet has everything you could ever even think about. Tips and tricks of how to slide cancel, or tips and tricks of how to portal, right? So there's so many different things out there that we can take advantage of in our generation now, with all technology in the world, to find our passion in something, explore our passions, right? But then I also want to talk about something. Twitch streamers, you could say. A lot of people are going after Twitch streamers, saying that streaming ruined gaming, or streaming essentially made gaming not as fun because it's now more competitive. People play more competitively, especially almost every game you get into has at least a few Twitch streamers in it. And let's be real. Yeah, it probably does. And a lot of those people are sweating because they're trying to show off, right? Here's the truth of the matter. Back then, Twitch streaming wasn't that big. YouTube making was essentially really it, right? So when you're in an MW2 lobby, people aren't in there streaming. People are in there literally just going trick-shotting, recording with an Elgato to upload to YouTube, right? So a lot of times, yeah, it probably was a little bit easier. But here's the truth of the matter. Gaming has to change. Gaming can't stay the same. And guess what? The challenge, you should take that as a pro. You should be like, okay, now that there's people actually trying, maybe I should try to get better and perfect my skills at the game rather than keep them where they're at. So also take that into a note when you're trying to figure out, oh, well, why is everyone trying to, and you're complaining about it. Take that into note and think, okay, what can I do to get better? If that makes sense. What can I do to make myself actually have fun at the game again? Try different game modes. If there's a game with multiple party games or different modes in general, try a different one. You never know, you may like it. I mean, I never thought I'd like prop hunt, but I end up loving prop hunt, right? So it's like, you never really know what you're gonna like and not like until you really try it. So that's my advice on that part. Last but not least, I want to talk about the question that I guess people are kind of being asked, and even asking, like their own favorite streamers are asking this. Is this change good? And essentially what's my thought on the gaming community finally, I guess I like to say, finally changing and evolving? Well, I think it is good. I think what we are experiencing right now is we are forced to do new things. We are forced to try new games. Guys, I've never had so much fun actually playing games, just randomly exploring and just playing random games that when I first opened, I'm like, probably not gonna like this game, or probably not gonna be my game. until I really play it. And I'm like, oh crap, this is the game I actually low-key like, right? So you have to have that experience to be able to make that decision. And until you do, you don't know. You don't know, oh, is this game going to be it for me? You just have to try it, man. I mean, and again, I really do think this change is a good thing. I think that with gaming, we have finally evolved into things where, you know, not all games evolved well, but some did, you know. And the games that didn't evolve well, guess what? Just drop them and find new games, find new eras, find new, I guess you could say, varieties, right? So it's up to you to accept and make the change good for you, and not just continuously hope and just beat the dead horse about, oh, I want the old game, man, I miss OG days. And yeah, guess what? I miss OG days too, man. I really do miss getting on Xbox and hopping into a full party and all of us hopping into fucking MW2, sniping and playing for hours, right? Stay up till 3 a.m. right before on school night, being like, okay, you guys hit a trick shot, yo guys, let's go sniping. Like, yeah, I miss those days. But guess what? We all grew up. That's the way life works. And if you're younger watching this, guess what? Same thing is gonna happen to you. It will. Just the way the world works. Can't change it. And when you grow up, you get busier. You have other things like priorities you have to focus on. So to close today's video off, yes, gaming's changed. Gaming community has changed. But it's for the good. It's for a purpose to evolve us as people and evolve content creators. It's forcing content creators, it's forcing us to be more creative. It's forcing us to come up with new ideas. And that's a good thing, because the viewers out there who are looking for those content creators, it's now giving us a mission to strive for. It's making us want to make content that we know you guys are never going to want to stop watching or play on repeat and go back years later and watch, right? So it's like, that's our mission now. And ultimately, it's given us more of a purpose. So if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new, turn on the bell notification, of course, to know when video goes live. Guys, I appreciate you guys listening to me. You know, again, the world's not going to go around perfectly the way you want it to. The game community is not going to change the way you want it to. It's the way the world works. But hey, have fun with it. Stay out there gaming. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out, guys.